Directors of Montgomery County Municipal Utility District number 60 meeting. I'll start with a call to order. Director Bill Friebel.
Here.
Director Bob Lux is here. Director Donna McAleer. Here. Director Paul Shu.
Here.
Director Dale Walker.
Here.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, we go with the pledges and the invocation. Start with the invocation. You're back to the audience. Okay. Heavenly Father, we come to you today as an assembled body. We humbly request that you bless our meeting, our community, and our nation. Help us to work diligently, always for the common good and in the best interest of those who we have been elected to represent. Guide us to be insightful and prudent in our intentions, visions, plans, deliberations, decisions, and their fulfillment. Work through us to provide a spirit of welcome to all in attendance, to engage in respectful and thoughtful dialogue and discussion with understanding, wisdom, and humility. Amen. If you wish, prior to reciting the pledges of allegiance, please take an additional moment of silent prayer or reflection in the manner of your preference.
That's a mistake. So you something on that way. You charge the leg, right? Oh. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pledge of allegiance to the United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pledge to the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state,
under God,
one and indivisible.
Shelley, do we have any comments from the public? No? Okay. Brings us to any charges imposed by the district. Deputy General Manager Wright. Okay. Brings us to the consent agenda. Quite lengthy. Brian, it's here.
There's no
Okay.
substitute for.
No, he's probably stuck in traffic or something that's unusual. Was he here this morning?
He was.
Okay.
He's walking in.
He's walking.
He's coming in now.
Well, then let's get his stuff out of the way before he's here.
Oh, we're on record for that.
Just kidding.
I'll never tell.
Any questions for the minutes, any of the financials from Maureen or Jeannie? Got a report, but she is not able to be in attendance because of some other pressing matters.
Jeannie?
Jeannie's got the tax collector's report. Brian?
Hi.
Good afternoon. Anything to discuss that isn't written on agenda item 10, Brian? The comptroller, that's just an annual
That's
form,
the
right?
annual following of the audit, once
Mhm.
it's completed.
Smart water is just an annual.
Yeah.
That brings us over, that includes down to 12, which is a standard every month. So. Anybody have any questions on the consent agenda? Motion to approve from someone, please.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve from Director Friebel,
Second.
seconded by Director Shu. Further discussion on this matter? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Thank you. Brings us to agenda item 13, the annual district's fiscal audit draft report. Now, this is just for review and consideration. John Knox is here to answer any questions. I hope that everybody's read it. It's pretty straightforward, and if you've looked at last year's same format, same. Well, John, I'll let you take over.
You were doing a great job. Yeah, I had very little report. Looked like another good year. District healthy. Your staff did a great job. Made our job easy. You pay us for page 1 and page 2 of the report, which is the opinion, and it's very wordy, but it's a clean opinion, and that's what we look for. We've also provided staff with what we call auditor communication and any significant deficiencies that we may have noted during the audit. I don't think there were any. I'm pretty sure there were none. So it's really here to answer questions.
I think that John would make himself available or through Deputy General Manager Wright.
Email me. And just we'll file these. We'll send them to Sports Page, but they'll be filed like February 13th. So we've got some time.
Right.
If you have comments, questions, concerns that you might want to provide us, so we can get them in there.
So help me out here, Brian. If it's the 13th, we will not have met. So, but this was not for a vote today. This was just review.
Ask for approval subject to any changes that your consultants may have.
Okay.
It's review and approval, so it can be subject to, in that sense, we typically do in January, is to consider approval of the audit, subject to any comments that may be provided by the directors, staff, or consultants.
That'll be my motion. Thank you. Got that, Shelley? Further discussion on this? Is there a second to the motion? Anyone?
I'll second.
Yeah, okay. Second by Director Walker. Okay, so further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, abstain. Thank you. If you have any questions, just send an email to John or to Eric or to Kim, and we'll be fine. But it's pretty straightforward. Okay, agenda item 14. Grant exemptions for the 2026 tax year. That's Jeannie Scott's report on page 34. It's up at the top is what we, the heck is the doggone thing? There it is. 35. No, that's not right.
what page is it? I don't see it on 34.
No, I saw it earlier this morning.
So the agenda,
The draft of the resolution is on page 34. It's been prepared assuming that the board would elect
Oh,
to
I see it.
retain its current
Mhm.
exemptions, which are
Which are
threefold,
Which
33,000.
are on page 24.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. The homestead 20%, O&A disability 33,000. And the that doesn't cover the tax rate, does it, Brian? It's just
No.
that's just the exemption.
just the exemptions.
Correct. Yes, sir. And this will apply to the tax rate that y'all will consider in, August, September of this year. So the exemptions we talk about in January to get those coded, and then you'll actually adopt the tax rate that will apply those exemptions for the tax bills that will go out late next year.
So this is an action item?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
This is an action item only on the tax exemption,
correct.
not the tax rate.
No,
Absolutely correct. That's not to the fall.
The one that it's shown on page 24. Up to the top of the page. Jeannie does that every month. Yes, ma'am.
Page.
Well, or 423 or 24.
Can it be increased or that?
It can. So we have it on here today for discussion. If you want to adopt What you currently had, you can do that if you want to pick a number that's different. I mean, certainly we've already maxed out the general homestead exemption, so we're only talking about, assuming you're not gonna go down on residential homestead, you're only talking about going up on the over 65 and disabled. My suggestion is if you are looking at going up very much on that you'd want to pull in your financial advisor and Jeannie to see what the financial impact of that is for sensitivity analysis for life.
I know we did that.
If I remember
We
correctly,
did that
we're
last year.
at the we're at the
Yeah, we did.
highest exemption.
Is that the
We're
highest
tied with
exemption?
somebody else, right? Was it 46 or 47 that we were
Yes.
tied with?
67, well, you could, some of the districts kind of hear what others do and then meet later and go higher. And so there's all that. But, so y'all are now the third highest, 47, but 47 has 35,000, but 67 has 40,000. But keep in mind, I mean, that's partly a function of what is the mix of your taxpayers, how many folks are going to apply, how much commercial property do you have that's essentially being able to subsidize your general residential. So it's not just, that district in the Woodlands has that rate.
Yeah, we don't have as much commercial. Well, we have some,
So,
yeah.
but I mean, 47 of course has, major commercial centers and 67 has most anything.
It was February last year that we did it. We increased from 31,000 to 33,000 last year.
I moved to go to 34 because we had an increase of almost $1.4 million over 1 year in cash reserves. Do you think that would cover it?
I don't think 34 necessarily is y'all's decision, but just eyeballing it, 34 doesn't seem like a number that would require you to do a sensitivity analysis for that.
I just know last year our notes were for a $2,000 increase. It was like for the 1,264 people impacted, it was a $3 savings, annual savings for that. So if it's 1,000, yes,
You keep in mind our
my understanding.
our appraisals have gone up significantly.
I'm just saying
Where,
we had last year.
So I think that we should at least try to see if we can increase for the over 65 and the disabled, just a little bit more.
What was your proposal?
I thought 34, but maybe 35, if another mud has 35. So instead of being the third highest, we'd be tied with the second highest
For now.
for now.
Is it worth redoing the sensitivity?
He said 34 would not initiate a sensitivity analysis.
You can request it. I'm just kind of.
It's only
We're gonna
1,200
back the
something
envelope
people.
thing. I don't think $1,000 is gonna move
Yeah.
the envelope or be
Yeah.
material for y'all's financials that would require
No.
that.
Yeah, it was 1,264 as of last year.
Yeah.
For my notes.
There might have been a couple more people aged into 65 this year.
I got older.
I did too.
No one knows.
Not guilty.
You're so kind. Tell that to my eyes. I need my reading glasses.
Do we have a motion?
I motion that at least increase it to 34. And if you think 35, we could do it, that would be fine. We increased it 2,000 last year. We could increase it 1 or 2,000 this year without any problem. We only have about 1,200 something people that would be impacted by it.
And it just consequently, it just means that the commercial pay more and the everyone who's under 65 and not disabled pay more. That's what that means on the other end.
Compared to the over 65,
Correct.
slightly more.
Like you said, dollars
It's like $3.
per thousand.
The savings was, I calculated for the 65, $3.
Hmm.
That's what the financial advisor shared last month.
But that doesn't necessarily equate to the impact on the under 65.
The appraisals made the biggest impact.
100%.
It has nothing to do with the mud.
Well, we have a motion for
Motion.
34.
Yes, we should for
Okay.
34 at least.
Okay, we have a second.
I'll
We
second.
have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Bill, Paul, Deb? No?
No.
None here either. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes. Thank you, Dylan. Okay, that brings us to agenda item 15. We have a guest host for the Woodlands Division, Jacob. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. So,
It starts on 36.
yes, sir. So that's the November operating report for the Woodlands. Since there was no meeting in December, it's added in there as long. And then December starts on page 46. And there's also the GRP monthly operating report on page 56. So, nothing out of the ordinary for the month, and happy to try to answer any questions that y'all may have.
The water loss is back on track.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Real quick question. On page, I think it's 39, see it there? The top line there talks about wells numbered, and that says they had pump failures. So are they, was it just?
So typically, like with these wells here, the way they fell, basically production dropped off significantly.
That's what I wondered.
A lot of vibration, basically, that the impellers have failed.
Yeah.
And so that we've got them staged to where they're planning on doing, I believe, wells 7 and 13 this year. And then next year doing the other 3.
So when it fell off, was that due to water level and then the burnout of the impeller, or was that just mechanical?
It's just mechanical.
That's okay. That's where I'm going is that it's not a water level on the aquifer per se.
No, sir, these were strictly mechanical failures.
Thank you.
So.
Further questions? Thank you, Jacob.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that brings us to agenda item 16. Deputy General Manager Wright, talk about the global amendment. I hope you all have had a chance to review that. And I'll let Deputy General Manager Wright expand upon it.
So as Mr. Spears had indicated at the end of last year that we would be receiving the global amendment for our review. This is for the settlement, the litigation settlement with the city of Conroe. SRA they've drafted this proposed amendment for all participants to review. And so we are looking for comments. So if you guys can look through the amendment. If you have any comments, provide those to Eric before the next meeting. And then he will come.
Next Board of Trustees meeting, next MUD meeting.
MUD meeting,
Okay.
yeah. And then,
End of February.
yeah, and then he will compile those comments and then provide those to SRA. So SRA will then review those comments and then make any additional revisions that may be required and finalize it for signature. So anyway, if you look on page 60 in your packet, there are highlights of that amendment that were, I believe those might have been
What
provided.
page again?
I think we're started 60?
Oh, 60?
Yeah, 81 is where it started.
I'm sorry.
Must be somebody else's maybe.
Well, the details I think are on.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, that's summary. I see it.
So as you're going through the amendment, if you want to look at some of those highlights, those have been provided in your packet. So as well. So on page 60, you can see the highlights and then the actual amendment starts on page 81. So.
So, going to page 61, I tried to do a comparison for the presentation last year. It was very difficult.
Mhm.
Was there or is there any changes between what we were presented last year versus now of what we see? Because the language isn't exactly the same from a category standpoint. It was very difficult. So I'm just asking, has there been any changes since then?
I'm not aware of any that have been made and Eric didn't mention any.
I'm not either. Not either.
This is just a proposal, right? That's
Right,
been
it's
submitted.
draft, yep.
I know that we discussed this at length. Is there anything that you'd like to add for particular attention?
Not at this time.
One thing Eric did mention that's been put out there is possibly getting a group of, board members together to kind of look over comments and have further discussion. So if there's, one or two of y'all that are interested in being part of that group, we need to let Eric know.
Contact Eric.
Yeah, just let me know. We would like to be part of that, so.
Yep.
Okay.
But there's no action required on that. We just need to get comments from y'all.
Right.
So,
And they're required by the end of February, so it'll be
yeah, they're due to, I think, SRA by February 28th.
excellent. Okay. Oops. Agenda, any further questions on this? Just please review it and if you have questions or would like to participate with some of our fellow directors, let Eric know. And there'll be a ad hoc committees put together to review that. Okay, agenda item 17, Deputy General Manager Wright, please.
So the application, the letters of support, all of that is with the Army Corps of Engineers. We haven't heard anything. There's no further update at this time. Of course, we know that there was a government shutdown. There's a new commander in place. And so, but right now there's no further update. So we're just waiting to hear back from the Army Corps.
Is that affecting design in any way?
But you mean having their input from the Army Corps
Well,
of
I mean,
Engineers?
funding, that's what this is all about with
Funding, yeah.
Army Corps.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not either. I know that they had moved quite a ways
Yeah.
with
And then
pre-engineering, but I'm not sure they're certainly not in the final, are they? Wouldn't think.
I wouldn't think so, but I can ask Eric and have him look at it on that. Yeah.
Further questions on Bear Branch, Panther Branch Research Forest Guard project?
You were involved in.
Very good. Thank you. Attorney's report, Brian, please.
One thing I have today is to go over some of the election related items. So
What
we
about
have,
number 18?
we can skip over it.
We skipped
excuse
over
me,
number
pardon me.
18, sorry.
Yeah, but it's still General Manager Wright.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
This is an action item. Thank you.
You're
This is
welcome.
an action item. So we have payout for the retail wastewater collection system rehab year 2. So for this month, you guys do have a part in that payout that will need to be paid. The payout totals $110,960, $110,960. Your part will be $7,560. So we do need action.
This has been reviewed and by both the WWA as well as the consultants. Contractors invoice is submitted in order.
And why does it say County of Harris?
Just.
When we're-
That's where the
Oh, okay.
that's where the
The company, the
contractor
contractor
is.
is located, okay.
Yeah, and that's Texas Pride.
Questions on the invoice?
7,000 something.
Motion to approve as submitted.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Director Freeble, second by Director Shu. Further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion passes. Thank you. Now, agenda item 19, the attorney's report.
Yes, sir. So as you know, the election filing period began last week, which you probably know.
14th.
So applications are available, paper copies, Shelley has them here if you need them. Bob, Donna, Dale, y'all are up. We also have the materials online on the website for folks to be able to download, or y'all to download if you prefer that. Candidate filing period ends on Friday, February the 13th. As in the last several cycles, we are holding the election jointly with Montgomery County. So we have been in contact with them about that. And we do need to go ahead and call the election, and then we'll see how many elections we have contested, and then we'll coordinate with Montgomery County after that. Happy to answer general election related questions if you have them. Otherwise, we do need a motion to adopt the order calling the election from the supplement.
Motion to adopt the order?
I second.
We have a motion by Director McAleer and seconded by Director Walker to accept the motion as submitted. All further discussion required?
Thank you for your good organization and your timely alert on the schedule.
Very good. Yeah, one other thing we talked about in a previous meeting, if you are curious, I know that we'll have some social media outreach for the community to let them know that the election's coming up as we get closer to early voting.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Thank you.
That's all I have. Thank you.
That was the supplemental as well
Correct.
with the English and Spanish. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Agenda item 21. Receive the general manager's report. Deputy General Manager Wright, please.
Just a couple of updates there. We are really working on the ditches right now, really in mud 7, doing a lot of cutback and pipe work. So a lot of activity going on. We did include in your packet on, let's see, a summary on page 107, just to kind of give you some idea of some of the activity that's been going on out on the ditches. So just wanted to mention that. It's down on page 107 under drainage, kind of gives you some idea of where we've been working. So this is with a contractor.
Mhm.
I don't see much 60.
No,
That's on the next page.
activity. Yeah, so right now we're in mud 7, 17, 47 and 67 is where we've really been able to do several pipe repairs and everything. So there will be work in mud 60 though, for sure. So to tackle those high priority areas that were identified and budgeted for. So, yeah. And we'll be doing those updates. So each month you can see where we're working at and stuff in the various months. So anyway, just wanted to mention that. Also we have AWBD this week, Friday and Saturday. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that. I don't know if
It's a WBD and,
the winter conference.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
AW. I didn't hear the A part.
Yeah, AWBD. Yeah, so that is this Friday and Saturday. Just wanted to mention that. And then Eric did note that he had voted on the bylaws that you guys had looked at and reviewed at the end of last year. So that did occur. I did want to note too that on page 112 of your packet, under budget versus actual, you can see a summary there that I put in there. We were able to collect over about 70 something $1,000 from the Texas Department of Emergency Management for funds that Mud 60 had coming due to Hurricane Harvey. There was some cleanup and stuff, and we kind of battled that well over a year to get the entities set back up. We got it done. So
Yeah.
I want to mention
That's
that.
the bane of Mike Mooney's existence.
Yes.
Battling with them over.
It's been, yeah, so I mean, So just wanted to let you guys know, I'm sure that might have been off your radar, but we were able to collect a little bit of money for y'all, so.
Was that with the $6,200 you said?
The 74,000,
Oh, I see that, yeah.
55, that posted in October, and then an additional $6,246.72. So, and yeah, so just wanted to.
Thank you for your tenacity.
Everybody, legal, financial, so everybody was, but we pushed and we got it. So anyway, all that's cleared up, so, yep. But, that's all I have to mention on the GM report, unless y'all have any questions.
Very good. John, you want to give us did you have something, Brian? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you.
Right, you have a report on page 117. And really just wanted to zero in on annual update. Okay, so we've been doing this annually around this time of year. Don and I worked together on yours last year. We sent it out to everybody that gets a mailed bill. And then we also sent it out electronically as well. And then it lives online year round on the website.
So what's it due in February? You need to give it to
The
you?
thought would be if, if we could work on a red line version, get it in pretty good shape for the board of review at February's meeting and approve, then we can mail it out with the February bill in the month.
What else?
Thank you.
Oh, no.
I'm the PR consultant, I guess.
Yeah, fine.
You're very good at it.
Thank you for your help too, Dale.
Thank you. I'll help.
Okay, great. You want to be the primary?
No.
Okay.
Not gonna help that much.
I'm a horrible speller.
Well, Don and I will work together to make sure that everybody's thoughts are being heard and received. And then, like I said, we'll get a reviewable version for your February
month.
meeting.
Yeah, February.
I have a
Great.
deadline of 3.5 weeks and
And last year you spent about $1,500 printing that. Again, that would go out with the bill, so you're not paying postage. That's probably ticked up a little bit since then in cost, but it should be close to that. All right, so I'll follow up with you. I'll find you. And then we'll get to work. Got a month.
have homework.
We're gonna keep the same graphic up on the
Yeah,
right-hand column.
nobody wants,
That is up to you.
We're infamous for that, you know.
It's
we'll take suggestions, but we,
updated maybe. Gladly.
We could send it to Chat GPT, is it? And
One question,
do an
Don.
AI graphic.
So when you have a turn on, right, and let 67 moves in, or they just whatever, within what percentage of homeowners within 90 days sign up for Water Smart or whatever? Do you know that? Or like within 6 months?
And well, we're at 81% total registration now.
Okay.
But
That's a
No.
10% increase over 71. That's pretty good.
yeah, it's a nice milestone.
Mhm.
So it's a great
Track that without looking at every account.
But how quickly that
Yeah, I'm
happened,
just curious, like, because that's when when you're coming on to do it right away, when you're turning on.
Mhm.
So I'd just be curious.
but right, getting at that touch point, and then another touch point is, especially if they're moving into there, you got all this stuff to do, right? You got a huge pile. Circling back with them 3 months later when some dust has settled, say, hey, remember Water Smart and all the things it can do for you. So if they haven't registered right off the bat, following up with them, they help get the
Or is
right.
there a way to make it automated? In other words, when they turn on their water, it's already checked, this box is already checked.
And then,
They have to uncheck it?
is it opt out?
Yeah,
Versus
opt out.
opt in?
That's a pretty good idea.
Because I mean, that's what I would be in favor of. Because then you'd really increase that percent.
Are we doing it opt out right now?
No, it's not automated, but the VX Smart and CIS will be in one, so they'll be able to apply themselves online.
Okay,
So it'll be all connected.
yeah.
It's coming.
And it's getting them to sign up and set up their notifications, so
Got it.
it's one thing
All
that
be
they,
in one.
yeah,
That's
so,
right.
yeah.
Not there yet, but it's coming.
The second part of that equation is making sure that they're using it, right? Not just signing up, but engaging with it. And I was looking at those numbers recently, and I think very encouraging as far as the number of folks that are visiting 5 times or more within a 90-day period is, I can't give you the exact percentage, but it's higher than I thought it would be. So folks are not only signing on, but they're using it too.
I know it works because my neighbor called me from Cabo, just asked me to go over to his house. Yeah. And I did, so.
Yes.
It's,
Would we want to
It's
change our
great.
graphic to the annual update that has a logo, something about Water Smart instead of the bare facts? Would that help?
that's your call.
So you, I mean, I can
I'll
help
work with you on that, see if you
Yeah.
can come
throw out
up
some ideas.
like that.
Something like that.
Something about
Yeah,
interesting on Water Smart. Okay.
good idea.
Yeah, year-on-year changes, statistically.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could come up with any ideas, let us
Yeah.
know and. Okay,
Remember to, for sure your backflow is winterized properly this weekend. So we got some cold temps coming our way.
I saw it on the door coming in.
oh,
Yep, now's the time. So we're gonna be pushing out a lot of communication on that to the community.
What
Great.
specifically are the recommendations? I mean, just, you know,
Winterizing the backflow,
Yeah,
we want to drain it. We have a how-to video online. We'll put that in our communications as well.
Let the air in.
Yep, and then, you know, you have pipes in in exposed pipes. And then of course your landscape as well, what to do with your plants. Good idea is to water them before the freeze and then.
get the roots really wet
cover.
so that, because it kind of
Gives like
protects them.
a little bit of heat actually. when it
That's right.
freezes.
with most people's sprinkler systems off, we'd have to hand water the
Probably,
vegetation.
Yeah, yeah, right.
especially.
Forget
if
the
it's-
grass, right? Just.
Yeah, forget the grass.
The rest is fine.
Yeah,
And your natives should be fine too.
If you have any fruit trees, like a citrus tree,
Hmm.
orange tree or something, lemon.
that's good. Thanks, John.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. Okay, another first of the year type thing about the 2026 water loss audit. Deputy General Manager Wright, please.
So we have reporting that is required by the state that we do each year, including the audit, the water audit, water loss, and an update to our conservation plan. And so we are working with a consultant right now to develop those reports. They're due by March 1st. So this is a reoccurring thing that we do every year. Anyway.
So it's an authorization. It requires a motion. Okay.
So do we have to vote on that?
Yeah,
Authorize?
to authorize it. Mhm.
Yes, so we can move forward
Mm-hmm.
with that, get those submitted for y'all.
It's an annual, it's pretty straightforward, but it does require our consent to perform this action. Get a motion, please?
Motion?
You motion?
Yeah,
Okay,
motion to
Yeah.
authorize to perform the 2026 water loss
Exactly,
audit.
by Director McAleer. Second,
Second.
second by
Hi.
a tie with, I tell you what, how about Director Preble? He hasn't.
Yeah, give him.
You did some, the last one, in a tie, I might add.
Mhm.
All in further discussion, we have a motion and a second. All further discussion on this matter? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, motion passes. Thank you. Okay, agenda item 23, the Woodlands Water Trustees Report. Again, Deputy General Manager Wright.
There's a couple of updates here that we wanted to mention. There were a couple of options presented by SJRA on the rates. And so the trustees did guide Eric on how to vote today. That's where he is right now.
Page 1.2.
And so the two options included a rate reduction of 13 cents with no transfer to R&R. The second option included a rate reduction of 11 cents with a $500,000 contribution to R&R. The trustees supported the latter, the 11-cent reduction with a contribution of 500,000 to R&R. So we wanted to
It was a
mention.
unanimous vote as well.
Unanimous vote? Okay.
All MMUDs looked at it the same way.
And the second update, the trustees did approve the resolution, related to the cash reserves. There were a couple of, changes there, and, one included the change with how the pro rata is determined versus by SFDUEs. It's ending on their equity now. The calculations are a little different. So just kind of wanted to mention that resolution was approved and it is in your packet. If
What
you have
page again?
interest in-
For the resolution. Missing.
Right after the trustee report, 124.
Okay, sorry.
Five,
Oh, resident,
let's go. Yes.
It's now going to be
that's cash reserves in this. one.
calculated on cash reserves, not total.
Okay,
And it's as,
And not total
yeah,
reserves.
not total reserves.
Right.
mhm. Okay,
And
now I understand.
it's equity now instead of SFDUE. Those are the two principal changes, both for the betterment of the process.
Mhm.
Those were,
That's it. Very good. Closed session.
Not necessary.
Thank you, sir. Discuss matters for placement on future agenda. Anything? Dale,
Mm-mm,
Tom?
not this time.
No, we'll probably be discussing our annual update. That be on the agenda?
Yeah.
That's all I can think of. Need to go over, approve that or
Mhm.
approve
Mm-hmm.
the draft.
Okay, yeah. Bill, anything? Okay.
Do we have anything to vote on budget wise or
We've done it.
the options, anything? Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's the, during the meeting.